What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about role misconceptions within Overwatch. One of the things I think the community isn't talking about enough, I've only seen the people from Overwatch talk about this, and within like a specific video talk about role misconceptions, Roadhog. I don't think people are talking about this enough. I think there should be more conversation into this, and I also want to get, to be the devil's advocate here and kind of play a little bit for Blizzard, because I do think I have like a argument here, although it might not be like a very good argument. You guys are gonna see it's basically being devil's advocate for Blizzard, so that's what we're gonna get into today. So we're gonna talk about role misconceptions and how that affects the game, because if you go into solo queue and you're not in 6-stack, or even if you're in 6-stack, if you have friends who think, for example, the most relevant one is Roadhog, people think he is a tank. He is rolled as a tank and he is not a tank. So what I'm saying here is this is the equivalent of you just misgendered me. People are misrolling Roadhog and you guys are sexist, misogynistic pigs. I'm kidding. No. But for real though, people are misrolling them just because they're categorized in that certain group. Well, if you put Roadhog into support, what would people say? What would they say? Like, oh no, he's a tank, or would people just say he's support? Like, obviously Blizzard knows better. I'm not saying that Blizzard is doing this on purpose. Here comes my argument for them. There's definitely not enough characters within this game to create a comprehensive, detailed list of which character belongs to which category, just because in games like Dota, in games like Heroes of the Storm, or other games that have a lot of characters in them, you have to categorize them in certain groups, or otherwise it will be very crowded, because with the number of characters, it's just very logical to just put, if this guy's a flanker, we're gonna put him as a flanker. If this guy's a DPS, we're put him as DPS. If this guy is a healer, if this guy's a support, we're gonna put him there, and they're gonna do that. So it's very easy. But here we have 23 characters, of which some fall into defense, attack, support categories, or stuff like that. What I'm trying to say here is not every character has a certain role. Some of these characters do have a certain role, like Ragnar. I think he is a main tank. He's the true definition of what I think tank should be, just because he has a rectangle, if you will, which people use to defend themselves from, other enemies and to basically protect themselves, which is a true definition of a tank. He is tanking damage. And Roadhog, if you think about it, he is not tanking damage. He is literally just, shooting people, hugging them, killing them, and healing himself. Does he do anything for the other team or for your team? No, he isn't. He's doing DPS. He's a DPS, or like a off tank, let's say. He's not a true DPS, but he can fall in with a category of a DPS. I do think he falls into multiple categories there. Or D.Va, for example, she has the defense matrix. She can be a main tank for like certain situations. Winston, he is more of a diver. He dives in, Zarya shields him, and then he starts zapping people, the squishies, and then he puts down this bubble, which can also be used when, for example, you're Graviton, someone's attacking your team, there's a D.Va ult, and you put that down to protect your team. He also can be a tank, but he also falls into maybe a offensive character because he's diving the enemy squishies. Zarya is also a tank. She shields, she helps protect your teammates, and just overall stuff like that. Also, another example is we have Symmetra. People think Symmetra is a support, so you can see a lot of situations in competitive. I usually run into this, not too much though, but when I do, it's usually people picking Symmetra and saying, oh, we have two healers, we have a Symmetra and a Lucio. First of all, Lucio, yes, he has healing, but let's be honest, if Lucio only had healing and nothing else, he would not be picked whatsoever. His, pick rate will be probably less than Symmetra's, because Symmetra could actually do something. Like, Lucio would just have healing. The speed boost really is what makes Lucio a good character pick. Even now, after all the nerfs he got, I think he is good, but I don't think he's falls into the healer category, because I think there should be within the support category healers and supports, because support is what Lucio does. He speed boosts players that are about to get killed out there, people who need to go somewhere really fast or stuff like that, just speed boosts them in there or out of there. Also, his ultimate gives a lot of health, so yeah, you can categorize him as a healer support player. Mercy is the true definition of a healer. She has a staff that heals and damage buffs someone. Her heals and damage buffs. Also has a pistol as a secondary. Ana is also a very good healer. Her grenade and her gun is literally a heal. So Ana and Mercy are healers. Zenyatta can be a good healer, but if you pick Zenyatta and hoping to get, just heals, unless you have ultimate like every 5 seconds, which is not gonna happen, yeah, don't do that. Zenyatta is like a secondary healer and DPS first, I would say, just because of his discord and damage potential with him hitting most shots. If you get good aim and you just start hitting every shot with Zen, you can be very good, in terms of being just a good DPS and also healing your allies, and that's very good. But yeah, you see now after I talk about these different characters within different roles, how they're not supposed to be there. And also Widowmaker, a lot of people play Widowmaker on defense, which is completely mind-boggling to me, and from the beginning it always was like, it's, oh yeah, I'm a Widow, I'm just gonna switch if it doesn't work out for me. We're on defense. That's not how it works. If we die once, it takes you more time to come there than the people on attack. You can kill 2 people on attack and you still wouldn't be there as Widowmaker because it takes you so long to get there. So I think Widowmaker on attack could be very much more beneficial towards your team and very much more bad towards the enemy team, because you could pick a few of them off and yeah, you can get killed, but let's be honest, you can just peek out of your spawn and get killed a few more. But that's just, how I think Widowmaker should work. And she could be put in the DPS category, of course, or in some other new category. I'm not sure. Also, one of the people I see in DPS is Sombra, which is a new character. And her DPS output is very low. Specifically, yeah, her gun does shit damage. Also, her range drop off is where bullets start doing less damage is also just like a very low. After like 8 or 7 meters, her damage starts dropping off. In which case, I don't think she should be put in this category. I don't know which category she should be put in. I'm just not very sure about Sombra. Reaper, McCree, Pharah, Soldier. I think Pharah could be in different categories, definitely, but McCree, Soldier, and Reaper could be classified as DPS. Tracer too. Tracer's more of a flanker along with Genji. Even Pharah could be like a flanker in some situations. I don't think that's a very good idea. Soldier can be like a tech pick. For example, he is very good in terms of DPS, and especially after this buff, he's a very good DPS, and he's shredding Brownheart's shield, which is kind of pulling him out of the meta. And yeah, I think the DPS category is just overall good. So to kind of wrap this video up, I talked about role misconceptions and got a little bit into the specifics of which character should be in which category, and hopefully you guys understood what I meant. Hopefully you guys don't take this as, oh, this guy's an idiot, he doesn't think a guy with a lot of health is a tank. I don't think a guy with a lot of health is a tank. That's just that's just mis-rolling them, you racist misogynistic pig. Yeah, basically that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you have a like on it. If you did, make sure you have a dislike on it. It always helps to see your guys' ratings, and it really helps me, because as a content creator, seeing likes and also seeing dislikes helps a lot. Yeah, basically, try to think about which character goes into which role more next time you pick them. And when someone tells you maybe you shouldn't play Roadhog because he's not tank, maybe you shouldn't play Symmetric because she's not support, maybe you shouldn't play Sombra because she's not DPS, and maybe you shouldn't play Widowmaker on defense. Try to think about that for a little bit, because maybe they're just trying to help you. So yeah, peace out, guys.